G'day guys, here's a few things you can try on your R36S if your joysticks just started acting up. You can see here, without any buttons pressed, the menu is rapidly scrolling down. If I hold the left joystick up, it does stop, but releasing it, it does start to scroll down again. The first thing to try is simply resetting it and not pressing any of the buttons while it's turning back on. So it's completely powered off. I will power it on, making sure not to touch any of the joysticks. And for me that did work. We can test our joystick up and down, and it is working fine now. Similar to the original Nintendo 64, when powering on the unit, it calibrates the current joystick state to 0. So if you have the joystick pressed up while powering on, it will assume up is now the default, and when releasing, it'll count that as negative or down. If you've tried that and it still doesn't help, the next thing to do would be to change the analog dead zone inside RetroArch. This will obviously only work for systems using the RetroArch core, so not for PSP or Nintendo DS. We've just loaded up Mario 64 for this test, and we'll open up the RetroArch menu. We want to press B to go back to the main menu, go down to Settings, go down to Input, and finally go down to Analog Dead Zone. You can press A to change it. 0 is the default minimum, with 1 being pretty much disabled. We'll set it to 1 just to test, and we'll close the RetroArch menu using the default hotkey FN+X. If we move our joystick now, you can see up, down, left and right do nothing, but the diagonals do allow us to run. When changing the dead zone, start with the smallest number you can, so 0.1, and keep increasing it until your joystick issues are resolved. As it suggests, it does increase the dead zone range in the middle of the joystick, meaning you will have to press it harder for it to register and input. Once you've found the sweet spot that works for you, don't forget to save the changes, otherwise when you exit out of the game, you will lose the settings. To save, we'll just press B to go back to the main menu, go down to Configuration File, and select Save Current Configuration. If neither of those things helped, then you may actually need to replace your physical joystick. Luckily, a lot of these handhelds use standard Nintendo Switch joysticks, so they are fairly cheap and readily available online from places like AliExpress and eBay. I've got a replacement one here, and as you can see it does have a broken ribbon. Be very careful when replacing the joystick, as the ribbons are actually quite easy to rip or damage, as you can see. Also, try not to bend or crease the new ribbon. The joystick itself is generally only held in with 2 very small screws, as you can see here, with a small ZIF connector holding the actual ribbon in place. You'll need to very carefully lift up the latch on the ZIF connector when replacing. It's also worth noting there are different coloured front plates on these joysticks. The one you see here is white, but the ones on most handhelds are actually black. It doesn't matter too much, but it is visible once everything's been put back together, so it's just something to keep in mind. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.